after a subgraph, we need to know what are edge disjoint subgraphs. Now it is quite clear from the name itself that I am saying edge disjoint. What does that mean? That means that these two subgraphs will not have any edge in common. So any two such subgraphs of a graph which do not have any edge in common, I am saying any edge, not even a single edge in common. So any two such subgraphs of a graph which do not have any edge in common are known as edge disjoint subgraphs. Now let's look at an example. Here this is graph G, right? You can see all the end vertices and edges of this graph. Total this graph is having 4 vertices and 12 edges. Now we will take out two different subgraphs from this particular graph. One subgraph I name H1 and the other subgraph I name H2. Now you can see that H1 is taken out from this particular portion. This particular portion is your subgraph H1 and H2 is taken out from this particular portion. This particular portion is your H2. So from the same graph we have taken out two subgraphs in such a manner that these two graphs, despite being from the same graph, do not have any edge in common. Of course they will have common vertices, but they cannot have any edge in common. Only then they will be known as edge disjoint subgraphs. So you can see it for yourself that there is no common edge over here. The vertices obviously are same A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. But if you look at the edges, you have edge number 8 on this side, you have edge number 2 on this side. Then you have edge number 11 on this side of H1 and you have edge number 3 on this side of H2. Then on the top you have edge number 12 for H1 and here you have edge number 1 for H2. Then on the right side you have edge number 4 for H1 and on the right side for H2 you have edge number 6. So basically there is not even a single edge here in both these subgraphs which are same, right? So you have completely different set of edges in both these subgraphs. Such kind of subgraphs are known as edge disjoint subgraphs. The vertices can always be common, but it's just the edges that should be common if you are considering an edge disjoint subgraph. So this is an edge disjoint subgraph.